For the vast majority of home watchmakers, the thought of spending $1,400 on a jeweling set is just not doable. So, what the vast majority of people do is they start looking online at vintage sets of jeweling presses. Whether it's sites or favorite, it doesn't really matter. But the problem that you always run into is condition. Now, the paint or finish on the base of the tool is not really the issue. The issue becomes the condition of the pushers. This is the part that comes in contact with the jewel. If there's any kind of burrs or nicks on the faces of the pusher, you run into the chance of not only breaking the jewel, but you also can run the risk of the jewel not pressing in straight or flat. So today I'm going to show you a quick way to redress the pushers, and it's so easy and so fast that anybody can do it. And I'm going to do this in real time. So here we have a pusher. This is a flat pusher, and you can see that it's got some nicks in it. I can feel a raised burr around the perimeter. And these things can get damaged for all kinds of reasons. So here's the one that we're going to redress. To do this, I'm just going to use my jeweling press. I'm going to take the plunger out and insert the pusher in it. Now, starting with 1000 grit wet dry sandpaper, I'm going to do 10 strokes with this paper. I'm going to do 10 strokes with 1500, and I'm going to do 10 strokes with 2000 grit sandpaper. So here we go. That's the 1000 grit. Now I'm just going to briefly take it out and blow it off. So any grit that's on it will not leave any scratches. Here's the 1500 grit. I'm just pushing down with a moderate pressure, not too much. And then here's the 2000 grit, 10 strokes. Now let's take a look at it under the microscope. Now you should be able to see that the burrs have been removed. and the tip of the pusher has been flattened all the way down to 2000 grit. Now, when I was coming up, I was taught to polish these. So, even though for the vast majority of people, this might be good enough, and it certainly is a big improvement, but I'm going to show you how easy it is to polish the tips of these, and it's only going to take a minute or two. Now, to polish the tip, I'm going to be using an abrasive paper. Now, this paper comes in 6 different grits, and these are all graded by micron. So, starting with the green, which is the 30 micron, I'm going to do 10 strokes. Then I'm going to go to the next grit. So, let's go ahead and get started. What's nice about this paper is that you don't really need to clean between the grits, unlike a uh, lapping paper, for example. So the next one is the 15 micron, and we'll do 10 strokes. The light blue is the 9 micron. The pink grit is the 3 micron. The aqua is the 2 micron. And then finally, the white is the 1 micron. Okay, let's look at it under the microscope, see how it looks. And as you can see, it is definitely polished a lot more than it was, but there's just some very minor polishing scratches from the different grits left behind. So I'm just going to use my buffing wheel with a little bit of green Dialux which is for metal, stainless steel, or hardened steel. And I'm just going to give it a quick buff with this. Now let's look at that under the microscope. So as you can see, it's got a pretty high polish on it, and that should be good to go. So if you have a vintage jeweling press and you want to dress out the pushers, this is a quick and easy way to get really good results.